Imagine waking up tomorrow with unshakable confidence, a magnetic personality that draws people toward you, and the mental strength to handle whatever life throws your way. Now imagine that this transformation doesn't require you to become someone you're not, but simply to unlock what's already inside you. The ancient Stoics discovered something remarkable 2,000 years ago, a secret that modern science is only now confirming. They understood that confidence and charisma aren't gifts you're born with, they're skills you can develop. And today I'm going to share 12 powerful Stoic principles that will completely transform how you show up in the world. But here's the catch. These aren't just theories or feel-good advice. These are battle-tested strategies used by emperors, warriors, and some of history's most influential figures. And by the end of this video, you'll have a complete blueprint for becoming the most confident version of yourself. Let's start with something that might surprise you. The Stoics believe that true confidence begins with accepting your flaws, not hiding them. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in Rome, wrote in his private journal about his own weaknesses and mistakes. He didn't pretend to be perfect, and that's exactly what made him so respected. When you stop wasting energy trying to appear flawless, you free yourself to actually grow. Think about someone you deeply respect. Chances are, it's not because they never make mistakes, it's because they own their mistakes and learn from them. This is your first step. Start acknowledging your imperfections out loud. When you mess up, say it. When you don't know something, admit it. This radical honesty creates a foundation of authenticity that people find irresistible. And paradoxically, being comfortable with your flaws makes you more confident, not less. The second principle is about controlling your internal dialogue. Epictetus taught that we're not disturbed by events themselves, but by our judgments about those events. Every time you walk into a room and think everyone is judging you, that's not reality. That's your interpretation. Here's a game-changing exercise the Stoics used. For one full day, notice every negative thought about yourself and immediately challenge it. Someone doesn't text you back and you think they hate you? Ask yourself, what's the evidence? Usually there is none. Your mind is creating stories, and those stories are destroying your confidence. The Stoics practiced reframing everything. Instead of thinking I'm so awkward in social situations, they'd think I'm learning to be more comfortable around people. This small shift in language rewires your brain over time, and suddenly situations that used to terrify you become opportunities for growth. Third, understand that your personality isn't fixed. It's a skill you're constantly developing. Seneca wrote that we should be like actors, studying for different roles, always expanding our range. Confidence comes from competence, and competence comes from practice. If you're shy, don't accept that as a permanent identity. Instead, commit to one small social interaction every day. Talk to a cashier, compliment a stranger, ask someone about their day. Each tiny action is a deposit in your confidence bank account. The Stoics knew that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's action despite fear. Every time you do something that scares you, even slightly, you're proving to yourself that you're braver than you thought, and that evidence accumulates into genuine self-assurance. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The fourth principle is about voluntary discomfort. Stoics regularly practiced what they called negative visualization and voluntary hardship. They'd imagine losing everything they had or intentionally experience cold, hunger, or physical challenge. Why? Because when you regularly expose yourself to discomfort, normal life becomes easy by comparison. Modern psychology calls this building resilience, but the Stoics figured it out centuries ago. Start taking cold showers, fast for a day, sleep on the floor once a week. These practices don't just build physical toughness, they build unshakable mental confidence. When you know you can handle discomfort, social anxiety becomes trivial. Public speaking becomes manageable. Rejection becomes just another experience you can survive. The fifth tip is about morning intention setting. Marcus Aurelius started every day reminding himself of his values and how he wanted to show up. He'd literally tell himself, today I'm going to meet difficult people, but I won't let them disturb my peace. This practice programs your mind for success. Before you check your phone, before you do anything, spend 3 minutes visualizing yourself being confident, charismatic, and calm. See yourself handling challenges with grace. This isn't wishful thinking, it's mental rehearsal, the same technique Olympic athletes use. Your brain can't distinguish between vivid imagination and reality, so you're literally training your nervous system to respond with confidence. Sixth, the Stoics taught that comparison is poison for your personality. Theodore Roosevelt later echoed this when he said comparison is the thief of joy, but Epictetus understood this 2 millennia earlier. Every minute you spend measuring yourself against others is a minute stolen from your own development. Social media makes this worse than ever. You're comparing your behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel, and you'll always lose that game. Instead, compare yourself only to who you were yesterday. Are you slightly braver, slightly more skilled, slightly more authentic? That's the only metric that matters. This shift alone will transform your confidence because you'll finally be playing a game you can actually win. The seventh principle is about embracing obstacles as opportunities. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This philosophy turns every setback into a setup for growth. Lost your job? That's an opportunity to find something better aligned with your purpose. Got rejected? That's feedback to help you improve. When you train yourself to see obstacles as training equipment for your character, you become unstoppable. Nothing can shake you because everything is useful. This mindset shift radiates through your entire personality. People are drawn to those who don't crumble under pressure, and you'll become that person. Eighth, practice Stoic listening. Most people don't listen, they just wait for their turn to talk. Epictetus said we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so we can listen twice as much as we speak. When you genuinely listen to people, when you ask questions and show real curiosity about their experiences, something magical happens. They feel valued, and in return, they value you. Confidence isn't about dominating conversations. It's about being secure enough to let others shine. Practice this. In your next conversation, focus entirely on understanding the other person. Don't think about what you'll say next. Just listen. You'll be amazed how much more magnetic you become. The ninth tip is about owning your decisions completely. Stoicism teaches radical responsibility. Everything in your life right now is a result of your choices. That might sound harsh, but it's actually liberating. If your life is your creation, you have the power to change it. Confident people don't make excuses or blame circumstances. They say, I chose this, and I can choose differently. Start using language that reflects ownership. Instead of I have to go to work, say I'm choosing to go to work. Instead of they made me angry, say I allowed myself to become angry. This linguistic shift rewires your brain to recognize your own power, and power is the foundation of confidence. 10th, develop a personal philosophy. The Stoics were obsessed with defining their values and living by them. What do you stand for? What principles guide your decisions? Most people drift through life reacting to whatever comes, but you can be different. Write down your core values. Maybe it's integrity, growth, kindness, courage. Then make decisions based on those values, not on emotions or what others think. When you live by a clear philosophy, you develop an inner stability that nothing can shake. People sense this groundedness and are naturally attracted to it. You become like a tree with deep roots, unmoved by the storms of life. The 11th principle is about memento mori, remembering that you'll die. This sounds dark, but it's actually the ultimate confidence booster. When you truly internalize that your time is limited, you stop sweating the small stuff. Embarrassment, rejection, failure, these all become irrelevant in the face of mortality. You start taking risks because you realize the biggest risk is dying without having really lived. Seneca wrote that we're afraid of death, yet we waste our lives worrying about trivial things. Let death be your advisor. Before making a decision based on fear, ask yourself, will this matter when I'm on my deathbed? Usually the answer is no, and suddenly you're free to be bold. Finally, the 12th tip is daily reflection. Every evening, the Stoics reviewed their day. What did I do well? Where did I fall short? How can I improve tomorrow? This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about conscious evolution. Spend 5 minutes each night journaling about your day. Notice patterns. Celebrate small wins. Identify areas for growth. This practice creates a feedback loop of constant improvement. While everyone else is on autopilot, you're actively designing your personality and confidence. Over weeks and months, this compounds into extraordinary transformation. So there you have it, 12 Stoic strategies that will revolutionize your personality and confidence. But here's the truth. Knowing these principles means nothing without action. Pick just one tip from this video. Maybe it's accepting your flaws, or practicing cold showers, or daily reflection, and commit to it for 30 days. That's all. Just one practice for 1 month. Then come back and tell us in the comments which one you chose and how it's changing your life. And if this video gave you value, share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Real confidence spreads when we help each other grow. Remember, the Stoics weren't superhuman. They were just regular people who committed to daily practice. And if they could transform themselves 2,000 years ago without modern resources, imagine what you can do starting today. Your most confident self is waiting. Go meet them.